Hello, lovely humans, and welcome back to my channel, Thighs the Limit. For those of you who are new here, my name's Heather. I am a physical therapy student, a baker, and a cat enthusiast who is on an adventure to lose 100 pounds and get healthy. For those of you who have been following the struggle for the last year or so, you know by now that your girl loves sugar. That has not changed, that's not going to change, but I try to stick with everything in moderation within reason. Because as someone who struggles with binge eating, sometimes my version of moderation is someone else's version of, dear Lord, woman, put the friggin' fork down. The struggle's real. So, to kind of get back on track and I feel like more like focus my thinking, what I wanted to do was just do 1 week straight without any fast food or any desserts. Just to kind of, well, honestly, just to prove to myself that I could do it. While I do try to stick with everything in moderation for the most part, if I slack off a little bit, things start to slip through the cracks bit by bit. And before you know it, having one extra dessert here and there has turned into, oh, I'm no longer having just dessert when it's reasonable, I am craving it at all hours and going through way too many drive-thrus, and it's like, girl, you need to calm your butt down. This video is just about me trying to survive the entire week, just to prove to myself that I could actually do it. Enjoy!
Okay, so my starting weight was pretty much within the same range of what I've been waffling back and forth with, 218. And my skin was looking terrible. Too many drive-thru trips. So I know this stuff basically looks like slop in a cup, but I actually really enjoy it. It's very good. It's like 190 calories. Not gonna keep me full forever, but it does a decent job. But really it's just pretty high in sugars, as you can see from the nutrition label, with cat for scale. But not bad as breakfast goes. Now the biggest challenge is making sure I can actually eat all of this without spilling any on my white pants. Challenge accepted. Alright, so pants update. They survived breakfast, nothing on them, although I gotta say, they're looking a little loose, and it kind of makes me both happy and sad, because the thing is, I actually love these pants, and so it's super exciting when I'm like, oh my gosh, all my clothes are too big. Like, even if I haven't lost pounds, I've definitely lost inches. Except for I'm also like, but I like these pants, and I want to wear them some more. So, I guess I need to go shopping. But they survived breakfast, and that's all that counts for now. Alright, I made it to school. I'm in the parking lot trying to cover up the whole, like, polka-dotted face situation. And I gotta say, today is gonna be interesting. It's only day 1 of this challenge, and all I can think right now is how badly I want to get a McGriddle from McDonald's. And here's why. So, in the parking lot, and as I zoom over through the rainy abyss that is Texas, you see that? That is McDonald's. I know, it looks so clear compared to the rain. But, knowing that McDonald's is, 2 feet away, basically, really is not helpful. That's actually one of the things I've been struggling with the most. It's always breakfast, because in the mornings I love heavily breaded, kind of sugary products, and you get the best of both worlds with McGriddle, because you've got that whole like maple syrup pancake for a bun thing, and of course some savory stuff. It's just yummy. And even though I've already had breakfast, part of me is like, ooh, you can go get one of those before class. And it's like, for the love of God, woman, it's day 1 of this challenge. Get your life together. So yeah, I'm going to try and get my life together, and I'm going to go to class and focus on learning rather than shoving food in my face. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we just went through the drive-thru at Andy's Custard because my husband was having a fiendish craving for some custard. I have never been there in my life, and looking at that menu was torture. But I am trying my darndest to get through this week without eating out or having any dessert. Now, normally I preach everything in moderation, and so that means I would be taking the wife tax of swiping a couple scoops. But in this instance, I honestly just want to prove to myself that I can actually go an entire week without eating out or having dessert. Really? Nope. Take it away. Take it away. Ow. He's so helpful. Anyways, I actually just want to prove to myself that I can survive an entire week without dessert and without eating out. And frankly, it's only day one and it's already torture. But I said no, and I'm proud of myself, even though I'm kind of dying inside because I love sugar. God, it looks glorious. Okay, anyways, the only thing... I lost my train of thought because all I can think is sugar. I have no idea. Basically, your girl is going to survive this week if it kills her, which it might, because... oh, that was what I was going to say. The only thing I love in this world more than him is that. By that, I mean sugar, because that is like the second love of my life. So I'm saying no to things I love today so that I can feel better tomorrow and also fit in my pants, because the struggle is real. Alright guys, it is disgustingly early on day 2 and I'm about to have breakfast. I actually found these guys at Aldi and I'm very excited about it because bagels are my go-to breakfast. I freaking love them. I cannot get it together and stop eating them. But you'll notice right here, 110 calories as opposed to my usual, which is 290. They're basically skinny bagels, but we're gonna try them out today, see if they taste good, or at least as good as the regular ones, and also how well they keep me full, because generally speaking, if it's smaller, I'm gonna be hungrier. But at the very least, I'm making the time to have breakfast, rather than trying to stop at McDonald's on the way to school, because the struggle is real. Hello lovely humans, and welcome back to another episode of Heather's half asleep and filming in her car. That's what happens when you're commuting 2 to 3 hours a day. Yay. On the bright side, I graduate in 2 years and then I can sleep for like ever. I can't wait. So excited. So, this morning I weighed myself, and I would be lying if I said I was not frustrated. More than a little frustrated. I am the exact same weight as what I started with this week. I also still feel super bloated, which is weird for me because I don't normally get bloated, so I don't know if I'm just having like an odd reaction to some food or have had more salt than I thought I had or what. I honestly don't know. But I haven't lost anything, and it's very frustrating because I feel like in the past when I would get it together with my diet, I would start dropping the weight pretty fast and I would start feeling pretty slim pretty fast. And I'm like, okay, it's been 3 days and nothing happened. And part of me is wondering, okay, am I on a plateau? Because frankly, I've been fighting the same freaking 3 pounds for like the last 3 months. It's just up and down, but it's always within 2 pounds. I've been going back and forth between 216 and 218 for basically what feels like the last 3 months, somewhere in that vicinity, and it's driving me crazy. I am ready to be under 215. I feel like that's been the goal that I'm striving towards, and it's just not happening. I'm trying to keep in mind that, A, if I am on a plateau, eventually it will end. I just have to be consistent, and the whole point of this is sustainability. So I'm like, okay, eating healthy, eating meals I like that are still healthier, like that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm exercising, like I did a HIIT workout with my classmates yesterday, and it kicked my butt and basically turned me into a sweaty tomato. But it was a great workout, and I felt really good about myself afterwards. Like, my skin is getting a little bit better, not completely, but it's getting there. And so I'm like, okay, there are small changes. I just have to keep up with this, but it's very frustrating. I guess I just thought, like, in my head, since I had been eating so badly in the last couple of weeks, that if I just instantaneously got it together, it would be instantaneously weight loss. And I'm just like, okay, well, You didn't gain anything overnight. Like, it took me like 10 years to get to where I was when I started. So I'm not going to lose a lot overnight either, so baby steps. But I'm impatient. I can't help it, but I'm trying.
It is Thursday, and I'm home. Finally. You want to know how freaking dedicated I am to this challenge? Simba, can you not? Y'all want to know how freaking dedicated I am to this challenge this week? I was trying to help my sister to put a cake in the fridge, and I had to like squash my fingers kind of into the side because it was coming unbalanced and got covered in icing. I didn't even lick my freaking fingers. I washed them off. And that cake is not for me, I'm not having any. That's how dedicated I am this week to getting my crap together. I washed the delicious icing off my fingers. And I'm still really sad about it, but I did it. You're welcome. There's Simba. He's now mad that I'm holding him even though he wanted to whine on the floor the entire time. Didn't you? Yes. He's a handsome boy even if he drives me crazy. Good morning, lovely people. It is 8:45 on a Saturday morning, and I gotta say, I'm feeling good. I know my face still looks kind of like a hot mess because it is just being really stubborn with not still breaking out and is driving me crazy. But I do feel like things are progressing. I started all of this on Monday, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised that I haven't had more sugar cravings because I kind of thought I would be like homicidal in sugar cravings by now. But part of that might be because I'm still having bread, so there still are carbs in my diet. So maybe like physiologically, I'm not craving as much. Mentally, I'm definitely like, ooh, I miss sugar, and it's been hard. I literally have helped people decorate cakes like 2 days in a row. Yesterday, I did have to do one little like, not to like splurge on frosting, but literally just to verify that like the balance of ingredients was correct. But frankly, I'm not counting that. It's like negligible calories. I have not eaten out all week. I have not done as much working out as I would like, but frankly, that's what happens when you're spending like 1,000,000 hours a week commuting. Like sometimes you're just too doggone tired and you want to go to bed. So that's what I did. And today is really going to be the big challenge because today I work. And when you work in a bakery, you're basically surrounded by a buffet of magic 24/7, or, you know, for the 8-hour shift. And it's going to be a challenge, but I'm trying to remember that I'm doing this for a reason, even if the scale is taking forever to move. Also, look at this little hand hop down here. Is he not the cutest thing ever? Hi, baby. I have pants on, I promise. That's Ray Liotta. You know, he's so handsome. You want to say hi for the camera? Hello. Hello. Yes, you good boy. We have a lot of felines, so if y'all haven't figured it out from any of my previous videos, they will be interrupting a lot. Because when you have 4 of them that are basically furry, needy toddlers, you cannot escape. It's not an option. But anyways, I'm gonna go to work my butt off, enjoy baking on my beautiful, beautiful ovens, and have a cat rub my camera. That's really, dude. He's so helpful. So, one change of clothes later, because Texas is disgustingly sweaty right now, I went to Kroger to grab some ingredients because I'm trying to meal prep and be all efficient and, you know, healthy and whatnot. Well, while I was there, temptation arose because they have these like ginormous cupcakes that just have a mountain of frosting on top. And this is not like fancy frosting. This is just like basic whipped frosting, yet somehow so satisfying. But they're like the size of most of my face, which of course to me means, ooh baby, I must eat all of this. This is how I got fat. Okay, like it's bad. Anyways, so I'm at Kroger and I pick this thing up and I'm like, well, I'm doing this challenge right now. Okay, you know, I can make it till the end of today. And I was like, I can get it and have it at midnight. But then I was at war with myself because I was like, okay, after this week-long challenge, I'm going back to my 1 dessert a day. And I'm like, do I really want to have already had my dessert for the day before I technically even wake up in the morning? No. No, no, no. Because guaranteed I'd be struggling before the end of the day.
And so by the time I made my way around the store, I did what I usually do when I have impulse control problems. I put it in the cart because it takes care of the impulse. And I'm like, ooh, I'm getting it. Or in this case, I was walking around with it because I had like 2 items. I went there to get a shallot, nothing dramatic. So I'm walking around, I'm holding my shallot and my cupcake. And as I'm walking back, I'm like, okay, it's time to put it back. I took care of the impulse. I don't need this. I will have my one dessert tomorrow when the time is right, not exactly at midnight, and probably not a like 700 calorie cupcake because I need to calm down. So I put the freaking cupcake back, y'all, and I gotta say, I'm pretty freaking proud of myself. Like, that's not something I could have done even a week ago. So, yay! Just know that if you have impulse control issues, while they will not magically go away, there are ways to work around it, like, completely, and it's very exciting. So what I did instead of getting that cupcake is I got kombucha, which I've never had in my life. And I'm not trying to say kombucha is like the end all be all in terms of healthy things. I actually generally just drink water and like skim milk. I love milk, so I should like cut back on that. But that's what I usually drink. And I was like, okay, well, I'm craving something sweet. I've never had kombucha. I don't know if it's sweet. I don't know if it's tart. I have no idea. But I was like, all right, in the spirit of trying new things that are at the very least better than soda, which I don't drink anyways, but I'm just trying something new today. I got this. So we're going to find out together if it's absolutely disgusting or not, because I don't really understand what kombucha is. Someone said fermented tea, and that sounds gross. So we're going to try new, possibly nasty things on this channel, I guess. Here goes nothing. There's a bunch of like sediment at the bottom. Is that normal? Am I giving myself food poisoning? I don't even know. Maybe I'm supposed to shake it up. Okay, sorry. Y'all forgive the camera angle. I'll have a third arm to hold it. Oh! Okay, so maybe shaking it was a bad idea. Is this carbonated? Okay, so don't shake your kombucha. There's stuff everywhere. Oh my god. Let's see if it's worth it. I cannot figure this drink out. I feel like I'm drinking a sourdough starter with fruit mixed in. Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I want water and to wash that taste out of my mouth with some Listerine. Okay, so we tried something new today. It was not a win, and I'm just gonna give it to my husband instead. But we tried. Good morning, lovely humans. It is Sunday morning, and y'all, I am feeling so freaking proud of myself right now. I have one day left of this challenge. It has been surprisingly easier than I thought. Like, honest to God, I thought I would be ready to like stab someone over the lack of sugar right now. Well, I feel like it has been hard. I feel like it's actually been a lot harder from the standpoint of being a sugar addict with obsessive compulsive disorder, because my struggle hasn't been like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna die without sugar. My struggle has been when I know that it's nearby. Like, literally had 2 different people that I was helping decorate cakes this week, and knowing that it's there and that like, oh, I could just have a finger full of frosting, it's okay. Knowing that that was an opportunity I could have was just like, oh god, I have to actually resist this. And I did. And even better than that, yesterday at work. So keep in mind, I'm a bread baker, but I am basically surrounded by breads and pastry. And the hardest thing about that is being surrounded by it and not inhaling it before I even realize what I'm doing. But also, even when I know that I'm like, I haven't had a dessert today, maybe I could have just one. It's really hard for me normally to not turn that into like 2 or 3. And since I was doing this challenge yesterday, I went the entire day without having any dessert and any fast food. And I'm like, holy crap, I've actually gone through 6 days of this. Like, I feel pretty freaking proud of myself right now. Like, I'm happy. And also, I'm extra proud of myself because the table where I went to have lunch at work, there was literally a basket full of free cookies for us. And they're like one of my favorite types of cookies because they used almond extract instead of vanilla, and it's just magical. And I didn't need any, like, at all. even though it was literally sitting in front of me for my entire lunch. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm doing things. Like, what is this? So yeah, I'm excited. And today is the last day. So I decided to be extra proactive. I got up early, got my face done, actually did my hair, like I've got a dress on. I got to get all kinds of cute this morning because I wanted to make the effort to feel extra good about myself since this is the last day of this challenge. And I'm gonna go and take care of all those horrifying weeds that y'all saw in my front yard in my last video so that it doesn't look like I live in a swamp. Like, I'm not trying to be ogre of the year, okay? Like, goodness. But I'm gonna go, like, get some physical labor done today, make my yard a little prettier, plant some flowers, get rid of those weeds, and I'm just gonna enjoy the fact that I'm getting things done today because this, for me, is a huge victory. And I know that I've gotten through 6 days. I can definitely get through today because there's no dessert in my house to tempt me. And I already had, like, I've had a filling breakfast. And so I'm just like, all right, you know, I'm good for the day. Like, I'm just freaking proud of myself, guys. Like, oh my gosh, it's a good day. So I will check in with you guys at the end of today or tomorrow morning, depending on when I have time to wrap this up. But your girl is happy. Guess what, guys? I did it! I'm really freaking proud of myself. I actually survived the entire week with no dessert, which I actually thought was going to be the hardest part, and no fast food, which actually ended up being the hardest part because sometimes you just want something quick and you don't want to deal with it, and finding the time to cook is a challenge. But I got to try some new recipes, which was nice, and I feel like I'm a lot less bloated than I was. I did not end up losing any weight. That's why I don't have that, like, end of week scale count. But I'm not 100% sure, honestly, if I'm, like, at a plateau or if I'm still missing something with my calories. Like, for example, this morning, I realized that the portion sizes I'd been doing when I make salmon are actually about double of what I was, like, prepping for the calories. And so I was like, oh, okay, I need to adjust that. And sometimes, like, little things like that is going to put you at maintenance. So I think, if anything, I've been underestimating how many calories I've been having, and I just need to be very, very proactive with that. So I'm still proud of myself, and I'm honestly just amazed that I can do it. And I'm just like, this is great. Hi. As always, there's feline interruptions. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me kind of finding my way. And if you did like it, please make sure to like and subscribe so you can see some more, and of course help my channel grow, which would be great. But until then, I will try to make sure I have my stuff together so I can actually say I'll see you guys next Friday. And I mean, you know, hopefully the next Friday versus a Friday, like a month from now. But I'm going to try and get it together. In the meantime, bye-bye.